What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? This is the Boomcast. I'm the commish,
Alongside Jay, the San Antonio Orbits.
and that's all the fuck we got today, my boys. But it's okay, cause we gonna make this shit live than a motherfucker. Let me see who's all up in here, guys. Hit in chat. Let's come on, guys. Put your name. Let's see what we
Oh, we got
got.
a compliment.
Oh, we did. Sweet intro music. I appreciate that. I took a lot of time to make sure I get that shit set up for you guys. Put a lot of effort into this shit, guys. That's all I'm saying. Someone fights me, I'm gonna fight them back. Now, you guys are coming in, long day at work, most of you, drive into work, drive back. Some niggas are on bed rest because they blew their back out. Some niggas work from home. But, we gonna chill together for the next maybe hour or so. We gonna have a great show. We gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna
Yes,
respond back
sir.
to your guys' chats. So let's get interactive here, my boys. Let's get it. But I just want to ask, how's audio sounding, you guys? Is it sounding good? Is it sounding great? Let me know. I take all the feedback right now. But we got our first trivia question for the night. Remember, no Google. If you use Google, tell me. I'll give you a reward, but not
It's gonna
that
be half
reward.
reward. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
half
half
a
reward.
reward. Y'all niggas don't know your football apparently. But here it
I'm not
goes.
gonna lie, you reached deep into your bag of tricks on the last one.
Oh, you think I
I would
reached
have
this
needed it.
time?
I would have needed
You
it.
think I reached this time? Wait for it. Who has the most interceptions in a single season? Get back to me on that.
Wait, you talking about from a quarterback perspective or a defensive perspective?
On a defensive perspective,
I mean,
who
we're
has
talking about
caught
man. You know
the
what I'm saying?
most
It's Kevin Byard.
interceptions in a single season? Now, we ain't talking about man, homie. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Record
Yeah, I
breakers.
did say someone blew their back out. That nigga's talking right now. That nigga blew his back out. You know what I
Alright,
mean?
hold on, hold on. I ain't gonna
He
air
blew
out
his
my
back
back
out.
problems, to everybody.
He blew out his back. But keep those answers coming. Um, I want to say this opening of the season has been very interesting. No, Revis is not it, my boy. Try again. But I would definitely say on a perspective, it's been very interesting, and we got some news coming up for you guys. But coming on in, we're gonna go ahead and do some recaps of week 3. This is a week 4 show, so we're gonna do everything before this event happened. So when we do the power rankings, I don't want to hear y'all boo-hooing like, why the fuck am I ranked like 32? Because nigga, you ass, bro. So stay in your place. But anyways, we going into the game recap. So looking through, first of all, we just want to get this out the way because I know shit's gonna be talk. Y'all want to know what happened? I'm gonna let you guys know what happened. So we're gonna look at the Colts and the Condors, aka the Texans.
Ass
Now
whooping.
hear me out. He whooped my ass 41-10. All right, he finally got me after fucking 5 games. Now he finally got my ass. He's built up his team. I built up my team for apparently disaster. Apparently, AR is playing like Ricky AR. Dude threw fucking 3 picks. I will tell you one thing: this man stopped the ball from being ran. He stopped the rock. I couldn't do anything, and I was so far behind. I had to play catch up. But throwing interceptions, having fumbles, it ain't cute. I mean, when you look at CJ Stroud's stats, man,
Oh,
14
CJ
for
Stroud was putting on a
20,
clinic.
70%, 204 with one tutty and no interceptions. Guys, this is a drastic change for him. Oh, it's Condors who's chatting. Man, fuck you, nigga. No, anyways, no, no,
Hey,
no. It was
yo,
a great
hold
game.
on.
It was a great game. I'll give you kudos.
Outperformed.
Yeah, you did outperform me. Your team's doing a whole lot better. You didn't throw no picks against me. That was your issue last time. A couple times when we played, as you know, you threw 3, 4 picks. Um, Dude, your running back Baldwin, Darren Baldwin, Jesus, bro, 22 attempts, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. I could not stop you on the rock. So I give you kudos.
Ooh, and 9 yards per rush. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I got Garrett, Grady Jarrett. I got Kitty Payne as an X Factor. And then I got my rookie, what's his name? His name is,
Now, to be fair, I did tell you at the beginning of the season when we did the first episode that Grady Jarrett
yeah.
was not going to be that great of an addition,
Yeah,
especially for how much you were paying him.
I thought he would be, moving him into the D tackle, but that's not the case. We're gonna move on with Mozzie Smith. Jared Grady will just be a backup if someone gets hurt. Simple as that. Um, we're looking at a couple pieces. I'm looking to move Cameron Curl. So if anyone needs a you know 84 overall safety, he's 26. He's still got room to improve and dev up. Come talk to me. I'm not talking for the whole world. Just come talk to me. Let's move on. Jay, what other games you want to look at? Something that just piques your interest.
Let's see. I'd like to take a look at the Snowhawks versus the Panthers game of the week that
Hmm.
Neon is saying is game of the week.
Yeah, because I sure didn't set that up as a
It
game of the
was
week.
a pretty solid game overall. Like as far as let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, no, take your time.
It was a pretty solid game. It was only a 3 point difference as far as score wise. I see it. It looks like they went into OT. But the thing that I'm not liking is the fact that the user for the Carolina Panthers is now on a 3 game skid.
Yeah,
For someone who's a playoff team last year,
we held them high. Um, you can't do that when you got two quarterbacks, dude. You really can't do that. You got Bryce Young, and I know you just drafted
Quinn
um,
Ewers.
Quinn Ewers. Looking here, Bryce Young, 22 for 32, 68%, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Those interceptions, it looked like they killed him in the end. Um,
Honestly, because yeah, especially the game being that close, play mistake-free football, holding holding the quarterback accountable for that. If he plays mistake-free football, is a completely different game.
yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because you have on the opposite side Derek Carr who threw 22 completions for 38 attempts, 57 percentage at 268 yards, 0 touchdowns and interception. So the defense carry because when I look into the running stats, Kamara only had 21 attempts with 63 yards and 2 tutties.
Kamara had 2 touchdowns though, yeah.
And so I mean,
But his
looking here,
longest run came at 8 yards, so he was really just not even doing much. He was going 3 yards per carry is insane.
yeah, and you know what? I would definitely say a vital piece of that defense. Dude's 34 years old now, man, but he's still balling out. He was runner up for my Player of the Week on the NFC defensive side. Tyrann Mathieu, dude, came in, got 1 tackle, 2 interceptions, 2 clutch interceptions that shut down our boy Yeageris. I did not see him coming in here 0-3. I gave him props last year for coming in there, making a playoff game, beating Kari, doing what he had to do. But it looks like this team is on the back end, needing to figure out what they need to do. I've seen maybe Bryce Young on the block too, so they could be moving on from their young franchise quarterback. Who knows?
I think that's a little bit of reach. I feel like he's gonna keep trying him to the end of the year, and I feel like in the offseason he's gonna reevaluate whether he wants to stick with Bryce or if he wants to try and ship him off and get. Because I feel like he can get a load out of him, as gay as that sounds, and I feel like he can stick with Quinn Ewers,
Hmm.
or maybe he's just waiting until the offseason just to ship off Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, that is true. Guys, what do you guys think in chat, man? Tell me, do you think Bryce Young's moving, or do you think Quinn Ewers will find a new team? Tell me what you guys think. Moving on to another game here, though, guys.
I would like to talk about this in division game between the Detroit Lions and Houston Oilers.
Ooh, okay, okay. I'm gonna save the juicy one for last, but this one's definitely gonna be juicy.
This one's pretty nice. You got a I would say for the user great a great showing out from Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah,
Threw for a 122.9 passer rating, which for the current Detroit Lions user is pretty solid as far as in terms of a quarterback. 1 touchdown, no interceptions, which again is also very surprising considering that user. But
yeah,
13 for 20, 65% completion percentage. He did what he had to do. He balled out and he got his job done. He's what they pay him for.
yeah.
But the thing that I think is insane was that it was a ground game all the way around. Because if you take a look at the rushing stats, Jonathan Taylor had 12 rushes for 149 yards. And then Jameer Gibbs also had 19 rushes for 122 yards.
Man, nothing but angry runs. I see it.
It's just angry runs, but obviously John Taylor's one that was a heavier runner, but from the looks of it, it was Jordan Travis's mistakes at 3 interceptions that really ultimately costed him the game.
See, I like Jordan Travis as a prospect. Um, I don't think he's that guy right now, dude. I get it. You want to progress
He,
him. I get that, the Oilers want to see something in him. He's the future. But you got to put DTR in there when you got a guy throwing 22 attempts and only completing 9 passes at 40%. With
I've honestly
107.
had talked to the owner of that team, and I did mention because he was talking about the days of DTR, and I'm like, maybe you might want to stick him back in, but he's like, no, he's trying to ride out Jordan Travis see as far as he needs to develop him.
Hmm.
But Dorian Thompson Robinson is not. I mean, he's not an old plow horse either. I feel like he's young enough that you can develop him too. I feel like he needs to run that dual quarterback when one shits the bed, stick in the other one, and see how maybe he could change.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to coaching. It's going to come down to the right plays at the right time with the right matchups. And it doesn't help when your defense can't stop a stud rookie like Caleb Williams, letting him throw, 240 yards, and putting 27 on your head. You can't do that when you got guys like Grant Delpit, Byron Murphy Jr., Lewis Sign. You got to have those guys step up, guard those players, and make plays. When you don't have that going for you, the whole team, no picks. What is this, this D-back defensive room doing? You got to bring the pressure. So, I definitely say the Oilers may be, if it comes down to it, if they're 0-5 or 2-3 down the road, in order to make that push, do you go out and do you trade big pieces, or do you go and try to get some picks, or
I
just hang it
know
out?
to elaborate on that one. I know that the Vikings user is not one to shy away from trades. If someone's offering a quarterback, he will definitely work to. And if he has to get rid of pieces, I know he's one to get rid of the pieces. And it's like you said, he needs to help on the quarterback, but I mean, you can't really blame his defensive backs that much. Like they can only do so much, and I've seen a couple games where it's just they're not they're not stepping up whenever they have to. They're kind of just hanging around in the backfield, and they're just like watching the ball fly right over them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also got to give the Lions credit because they have that young stud at Caleb Williams also dotting up to Jamison Williams. So
Correct.
Jamison Williams
Correct.
had JMO had 5 recs for 124 yards and a touchdown, which is, I mean, by all means, great numbers. So an X factor wide receiver like that, I mean, it's not an easy task to take care of.
Yeah.
Also having to worry about the other threats that he has is DJ Shark and Sam Laporta.
Yeah. Yeah. It could definitely go
So it's not
multiple
one just
ways.
to like knock him. I mean, he's been on kind of a slide on a slid, just no matter like which way you slice it up, because he's also one of the unwon. He's one of the teams that hasn't won a game yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely will agree with you on that one. Um, two more games I just want to highlight here, guys. First one, man, who would have thought the Bears go toe to toe with the Packers, dude? Shamrocks 2-1 and Chaplin 2-1. I get it, rookie quarterback. You may not even had him this game. I don't know if he was suspended this game or not. I believe he was. He was, but
Oh, Riley Reed, yes sir.
yeah, Riley Reed is gone.
Yeah, it
Due to
stars Sean
certain
Carey.
things. But when you're the Bears and you have an opportunity to come in, step in, play at home, beat a team that doesn't have their starting quarterback, that's a great thing to take in consideration. Um, because I mean, you got an aging running back in Derrick Henry. He can only give the team so much. You have an aging receiver in Tyler Lockett, who had a touchdown, along with DJ Moore, who had a touchdown. But I definitely say Justin Fields balled out. He may be looking like he is finally the franchise quarterback, and they may stick to him. 18 completions, 24 attempts, 75% passing rating.
Pretty safe football, discounting the
200,
one interception.
yeah, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But that one interception didn't hurt. They came out with the win over 10 points. I mean, from there, I mean, when you look at it, they just played all around ball. Noah Sewell, let's give him a shout out. Got a pick in the game. Look at you over there, Mr. 2 year experience. But you know what? I will say this: Packers. It's time to bounce back. You got Riley Reed back. It's not time to play games. You were in the bowl year one, lost. You didn't make it to the game, and so yeah, we definitely Definitely got to look into that. And then there's one more game I want to look at real quick. You know, of course, if Jay, you got anything else, we could definitely look into that.
We
Um,
can go ahead and look into, or if you, I mean, after if you want. We had a request which I kind of did want to look at. I've been trying to keep up with how he's playing this year.
let's get
Is
it. Do it.
the Seattle Seahawks versus the Paris Blues?
My number
Our
one,
boy Ski versus our boy David.
my boy David, number one in my heart, my boy. I'm glazing. I know I am, but I'm still gonna glaze. Super Bowl champ.
So the way I'm seeing it is, Bo Nix is playing mediocre football as far as more interceptions and touchdowns. He threw 254 yards, which is pretty solid, but he was still 58% completion. And as far as Malik Willis, uh, Paris really decided that they wanted to stick with him as and really go for that quarterback of the future. He could have drafted a replacement, but he decided, you know what, he's going to stick with Malik Willis, and so far is proven not very fruitful as far as performance wise. 31.2 passer rating, 156 yards, 12 of 28 for 42%. No touchdowns and two interceptions.
Yeah,
So clearly he's so far is still not the guy to go to. But at the same time, you can tell Tony Pollard tore up his defense for 21 attempts, 125 yards, and he had two touchdowns on a day.
yeah, definitely a hell of a game. Definitely like to see the Blues step it up. And I know how his game was this week, but we're not talking about this week yet. We're talking about just for the previous 3 weeks. Um, wow, he's gonna glaze on me. Wow, wow, David, I'll show you some
Oh, it
glazing.
wasn't just the Tony Pollard game either. Jackson Smith and Jigba, six wrecks for 120 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I definitely
His
say.
longest was a 76-yard bomb.
Yeah, I'll definitely say the identity of that Seahawks team is definitely Tony Pollard without Aaron Rodgers. You don't have DK Metcalf there anymore. You know, and then that defense. Excuse me, Vaughn Miller hasn't retired. This is ridiculous, dude. Again, number one in my heart, number one in the league. Ski, I definitely know you're gonna pick it up. I got you. I promise you. In my power rankings this week, you are up there. Now, one more game I want to bring up, and I thought I should have had this as game of the week. I should have put a game as the week. A lot of these games should have been game of the week. But my boy Eurostep and Zeke the Freak.
Ah, yes, Jets Cowboys.
Man, let
I'll
me
tell you, that was
tell
an
you.
upset to me. That was not what I went for.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet. I mean, when you look at it, man, KJ Jefferson finally, I mean, getting a second win of the season. I don't like the way he threw two picks, but you know, he got the two touchdowns. His completion rating could be better, but you know what? He pulled out the win due to having a solid run game at 19 recs with Brees Hall, 101, two touchdowns. Those four touchdowns help lead the game coming in.
Most definitely.
All around passing game. Miko Hardman balling out like he's Tyreek Hill or something like that. He needs to calm the fuck down, my boy. The fuck down. I mean, looking into his defense, he had a couple sacks, two sacks, looking pretty good. One from a safety, Jerome Johnson. Oh, he's not a safety. I'm sorry. He's an end. My bad. Crucify me if you want to, chat. I don't give a fuck. Um, and looking at the Zeke, man, I don't think Trey Lance brought his game. 16 completions, 33 attempts, 48 completion rate
That's
with
definitely not. That's
311
not his normal
yards.
play.
No, I mean improv. I mean, great thing. 311 because 311 yards, dude, on just 16 attempts with 48 passing. That man was slinging the rock, but you gotta just keep slinging it until you know you just can't catch it anymore.
You live by it, you die by it.
Yeah, and you know it looks like he had a run committee. His running game wasn't there. 7 attempts from Brian Robertson Jr. with 14 yards, and Clyde Edwards with 8 attempts, 43 yards with only one touchdown. Um, that's not Cowboys ball. I'll tell you that right now. Cowboys will run it down your throat. He pause. He will bring it no matter what. Um,
Most definitely.
but yeah, man. I think those were most of the games we wanted to go over. Anything else you want to highlight?
No, because most of the other games have been pretty blowout. I just like to shout out the Atlanta Falcons who completely switched around his season.
Yeah,
so far, going pretty strong. He took out the Toronto Huskies, but scored 41-17. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Nothing really too much to highlight on that we haven't already done.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Um, so looking here at my notes, we want to go over some of the awards that we're gonna give the players, some Player of the Week awards. But before we get into that, man, we gotta go back to the trivia because Chad is sucking it up right now. No one's got it. So if you're tuning in now, you get a reward if you get it right without Google. But if you use Google, let me know. The reward will be less than what it is. But there's no shame in the game if you don't know your shit. All right. So the question is, who has the most defensive interceptions in a single season? I say it again. Who has the most defensive interceptions in a single season? Hit it up, chat. Let me know. There's a reward. There is a goddamn reward. And if I was watching, I'd want that damn reward. Now, we're going to step into the players of the goddamn fucking weeks. And you know we got to play the music in the background because you know what? We're celebrating. We're celebrating, all right? And now here we fucking go. Offensive player of the fucking week for the AFC fucking offense. We got Christian Kirk with 6 catches, 252 yards, and 3 tutties. One of the juggernauts in the AFC. This dude is great. This receiver helps his team. It helps T-Law. It just helps bring in goddamn wins. What do you got to say? Also, we got music bumping, so bring the energy, my boy.
You came in a little too hard there. Kind of got me. He got me a little flustered on that one.
Ooh.
No, I agree with you. Like really having that type of game-changing player really does bring in wins, and it's something you desperately need in a league like this, considering all the competition that goes around.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. All right, with that being said, my boys, we moving on to the AFC motherfucking defense. And you know what? I ain't see this shit coming, but you know what? This man is a menace. Fucking, don't crucify me here. Dayan Hensley. Henley. Sorry, don't crucify me.
Henley.
I'm an idiot. It is what it is. My guy had 16 straight tackles. He was on that field running and gunning and trying to shut down shit as much as he could. Did the Chargers win? No. But we don't talk about that, all right? We got the player of the motherfucking week. You got anything on this, man?
Dayan Henley has been a pretty solid piece throughout so far because I believe as of week 3 he was tackle leader at a whopping 40 tackles. Now going through week 3, it's a pretty solid number compared to everyone else. I think next one up after him was Foyesade Oluokun, but he's so far being a pretty dominant presence in that defense in Los Angeles.
Yeah. He is a force to be reckoned with. Now, my boys, we moving on to the NFC motherfucking North. And this nigga was trying to trade him, but yet got player of the week. Still can't believe it. Let's give it to my boy Lamar Jackson. My boy went 24 for 36, 242 yards with 5 tutties. Bro, Lamar, what are you going to do, man? There's trade rumors saying they want to trade you. But, you know, as commish, I ain't going to let that happen. Go win you a bowl if you can. If you can. I'm just saying. What do you think, my boy? Lamar Jackson.
If really he can get over the offensive struggles, because it's not just coaches scrambling, because he's trying to figure out his playbook. He's trying to figure out how to run his offense. And he really needs to learn how to run it around Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson isn't the type of passer that he had when he had Dak Prescott last year. So I can see it being a completely different scheme change, and he really needs to work on following Lamar Jackson's his strong suits. But throwing for that many touchdowns it shows a lot of promise. But if he's still dead set on maybe he's not the guy he wants under center, I can see him still wanting to get that trade off.
Yeah, you know what? I definitely like that take. I'd like that take, man. And coming in for last but not fucking least, we talked about this user already, man. He's upcoming. He's upbringing. NFC South guy. This award stays in the South. We got Eric Stokes from the Falcons. 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a sack from the
we got a sack
position. Now I tell you, it was tight. I was gonna put Tyrann Mathieu, but I saw this man had 4 tackles with a sack and the 2 interceptions. Hands down, the dude won it, man. The dude
Oh,
has
definitely.
won it. Again, this guy's a beast. And if Jay has anything else to say, it is.
It's the fact that the Atlanta Falcons is a completely different breed this year. Last year looked like he was top five pick. He was top five pick, but this year he's really changed it up. He looks like he's gonna aim for playoffs. And looking at that division, if the real problem really is just Lamar Jackson and the Buccaneers, I feel like he's got this division on lock.
Oh yeah, bet. And I want to give a quick shout out to our Eagles admin for these fire ass graphics. Dude, I hit him up today and said, yo, dude, I know it's late minute, but let me get these graphics real quick. Here goes the stats and all that. Like, just give me something. It doesn't matter. Just give me something quick. Man, hit this shit up in 15 minutes. So I just want to say thank you, good sir. And you know what? That is going to end the segment for Player of the Week. We are going to go into our power rankings, and let me go ahead and show that on the screen for you guys. Now hear me out before you come and crucify me. All right, this is on y'all. This is how y'all play. All right, I'm just showing you guys what y'all are doing. So we gonna hit it up. Jay, you have the graphic, but I mean, if you want to go first, hit it up, my boy.
I
What you
think
got?
it's I mean I'm pretty solid on the way your power rankings do line up. I mean a lot of these players who we did originally think were way higher in the rankings, like the Buccaneers, Oilers, and Steelers, we had them originally pretty high picked, and there they are dropping all the way down sub 20. And even yourself, you got to be a little humble on yourself. You haven't been playing the ball you've been wanting to play, so you did drop down to 17. But
Yeah,
I like to throw out there like a shout out to the Seattle Seahawks for keeping that number one spot pretty locked up in the power rankings.
yeah.
And like we all originally thought, Aviators jumped up to two. The Condors with a massive 21 ranking.
Big movers.
Big movers. He's just playing great ball. He's I believe 3-0 as of right now, and gaining 21 spots is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Dolphins jumping up 13 spots is pretty solid too, but we'll see how he's going to keep that going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll see how he's going to keep it going forward. If he really has that fire that he says he does, then he shouldn't change much. Black Knights jumping up 5 spots to top five is it's pretty solid. I see he has a pretty solid schedule as far as strength wise. Um, Me sitting at six, I'm just pretty glad to be top 10 still. I'm glad that I haven't changed much. I am aiming to try and go to crack the top 10 if I can figure out how to.
Crack the top 10, bro. You're in the top
I'm
10.
top
What are
five,
you?
top
What are
five.
you
I'm sorry, top
talking
five, top five.
about?
Cracking top five.
It was pretty even between you and Black Knights. It's just he had a stronger win, which is why I bumped him up. You got to come in there, man. You gonna get top 5, dude. You're gonna get top 5. I don't doubt it. If you just keep up the way you're playing, you'll get it.
Yeah, I play him next week, so I feel like if I can take that dub, then I'm taking spot five at least.
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
Cowboys dropping to 10 really threw me off considering how high we had him originally.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Zeke the Freak, man. He's a great user, but man, let me pull it up. He lost to it. There was a team that he just lost to that like he lost to the Jets, man. And I will say Jets is gonna be a playoff contender. So losing that game does take a hit because I mean those are two top 10 teams that are playing. Luckily, he's
Most
still in the
definitely.
top 10. Because you have the new guys as the Shamrocks who skipped up 16 goddamn slots. Shamrocks, if you're listening, dude, keep that shit up. Now hear me out. I got Lions at 12. He jumped up
I
nine
see that moved
spots.
up 9 spots.
He moved up 9. Caleb Williams is that shit. But you know what? I know I said I was gonna talk about this week, but man, injury report: Caleb Williams died for 5 weeks. He's gone, dead, not raising from the grave this time. So I mean, if he finds someone out there, maybe a Carson Wentz, maybe bring back a Jared Goff, maybe
Definitely
pull out
not.
your
I
one or
that is a
two.
strong reach.
Oh, I know. I'm just talking about us at this
But
point.
I mean, if he can figure out that spot, because signal caller, most important player on the field.
Oh yeah,
If he can
especially with
figure that
him.
out, I if the thing is, if I can figure it out, someone that matches his play style, there's no doubt he cracks top 10. But as of right now, for the next 5 weeks, looks like he might dip below 15, 20.
Yeah, we'll definitely look out for that. He has a great receiving core. I want to give a shout out to the Falcons, dude. A 15 spot jump, dude. You're balling. You're putting up numbers. You're putting up wins, dude. And that's what's important here. Also want to point out another thing: the Packers sliding down four, dude, to nine. I thought he would stay top five. I thought he would be someone who can, stay in the top 10. But with the way it's looking like right now, he might slide out of the top 10. Again, it's a long season ahead, but we'll see. Go ahead, Jay. Keep going on.
Yeah, so the way I see that, I mean, you're right, but I'm seeing like a lot of the changes that are going on. Pittsburgh Steelers dropping 16 really was a pretty solid shock to me, considering that AFC North, I've always felt like we have a pretty strong division as far as, I mean, three of us make playoffs every year.
Oh
So
yeah,
far we've been going, you have me, Black Knights, and Steelers. Every year we make the playoffs. Now, granted, we're only as I mean, we all have our weak link. So the Bengals, the fact that he jumped up six is pretty solid. But I feel like overall, Cincinnati needs to change the way they play ball. If they really want to try and become a contender, because they have the pieces for it. They definitely have the pieces for it.
yeah.
They just need to be able to pick that up. And I mean, it looks like he's moving up. He's got 6 spots on the year so far. So,
You know, again, I didn't say I was going to talk about this week's games, but I heard he beat the Packers, dude.
which I mean, if you're asking me, that drops Packers from 9 to 32. But I mean, that's just me.
That's just me.
That's just me.
um, Ski, man, I love you. I had to drop you down to 19. You're still on the rise. I know the game you put on the Condors this week, you laid his ass out. But again, the
Punch
AFC
in the mouth.
South, AFC South, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. We may have some low teams, but when it comes down to in division games, they're competitions, man. We duke it out. We duke it out. So shout out to the Bulls rising up 2 spots to 20. It's a slow climb. He's 2-1. Slow climb. It's a lot of 2-1 teams. But what you're doing is impressive. You got a rookie quarterback. Trying to figure things out. Sentinels, dude. Let's not talk about how you broke rules, but brother, you dropped down 7. You're at 1-2 of the season. Not looking too hot, but you can turn that around. It's early. Bucks. Kari. You caused
My
me so many
man.
headaches, my boy. But you can only be your own headache at this point. I don't know whether it's coaching. I don't know whether it's all over around, team wise. But the slump is slumping, dude. Dropping 13 spots to 22. I've never seen you this low before. Since maybe Madden 22 or 23, whenever you joined. The fact that you're right above the Bengals, and in the mix with the Sentinels and the Bulls doesn't look cute. But again, it's a long, long season. I mean, and then from the rest here, what's really surprising is the Chargers at 29, dropping at 21 slots, starting off 0-3. Man, it's rough, but he whooped my ass this week.
That was a
Everyone's whooping
pretty
my
bad
ass.
loss.
Everyone's whooping my ass. I'm trying to figure out my team. All right, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I'm gonna go cry in the corner. But maybe that is a turning point he needs. But when I go look to see who's beaten him, the fact that I didn't put up that same numbers, or he at least put in a resemblance of the ball games that they had. I don't know whether it was he was off his game trying to figure out his team, or if I'm just ass. At this point, I might retire, boys. I might just pass on the league to someone else. But definitely we'll see the Chargers climbing up in the ranks pretty soon. It looks like we lost the Riverhogs. It looks like we lost the Broncos user. I know they're escalating, but if the CPU's winning, CPU's winning. Raiders, you haven't moved anywhere. Jaegers, dude. I definitely would like to see you move up in the slots, but it's tough when you're starting 0-3. We talked about this already. I definitely want to see you having a better season, especially in the NFC South when it's open. Looks like the Falcons may come out and run with it, but we're definitely gonna have to see because I mean it's between the Falcons and the Snowhawks, and right now, um, looks like they're gonna take the division as we speak.
Definitely.
But guys, that's it for the power rankings. It was a great show. I don't want to end it yet. I know we had an hour show. We were chatting it up. We're doing things, but y'all still ain't got the trivia question, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I thought
how?
the Packers had that one.
I would say you did too, but I'm gonna give y'all the right answer here. All right.
My guess would have been Night Train Lane.
It is Paul Cruz holds the record for the most interceptions in a single season with 14 interceptions in 1964. Now, if I'm wrong, crucify me, but let me know and I'll accept it. Maybe I grabbed the wrong information, but that was the answer. Again, you can double check me. It's okay. But now that I guys have your attention here, um, next advance coming in, which would be, I want to say tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. EST or sooner. You know how that shit goes. We're coming out with some rule changes. I know we've had some, what's it called? Some issues down the road. But I'm trying to be more flexible with you guys. I'm trying to. Oh, maybe it is Lane. Oh, it's
It
Lane.
is Night Train. It's Night Train Lane. Paul
Okay.
Kraus is tied for 5.
Okay. Okay. What I got my information wrong. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's Night Train Lane with 14 in 1952.
Well, with Night Train Lane, who put that shit first though? Let's be honest. I'm looking through chat. I'm trying to see who put it first. Looks like Uncle Joe. Who the fuck is that guy, dude?
That is the Eagles user.
Oh, Unc. What's up, Doc? I'm calling you Unc now, bro. I mean, you're the oldest one in the group, but I'm
Wait,
calling
I'm
you Unc.
lying. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is.
Calling you
Hey,
Unc now.
don't get me wrong. Oh no, it's not. Oh fuck, it's the Dolphins user.
Ah, shit. It's fuck you right now, my good sir. My bad. You ain't Unc. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, no hate, no hate. I'm just a little salty, whatever.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins user.
Um, yeah. So talking about the descriptions and the little issues that we had, starting forward with this advance, we're no longer having concedes. So if your opponent asks you to run on the clock, saying they gotta go or they want to play anymore, man, do them a favor, put your clock on, shoot the clock, run the play, don't stat pad. We'll be looking into that stuff, man.
Definitely make sure you're not throwing the ball. I mean, you could throw the ball if you have to. I would suggest run it 1-2 and then throw it on third. And if that doesn't work, punt the ball,
Yeah.
especially if you're up by so much.
We just don't want to see you guys stat the pads, trying to win MVP in an unrealistic way. If the game's over, the game's over, dude. Like, just you ain't gotta beat the dead ass horse no more. Like, we already feel dead. You ain't gotta do it more. We're coming with a fourth down adjustment. I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. I do have a few things in mind. I will give an opportunity for teams to go for it on fourth down, um, being down maybe 14 or more, just to, to make you guys happy, to see the league evolve. I'm not trying to be like my old self anymore, where I'm like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna run the league the way I want to run it. I value you guys' opinions. I want you guys to come talk to me, not complain to me. Let's be adults here. And like I said, I'm here to listen. I will take in your opinion. I will talk to my admins, and we will find a middle ground. For the old folks who can't really see, the font, I'm gonna work on that. That's gonna be updated. Um, and I think that's about. Oh, scheduling, guys. Remember, there is a new scheduling rule we're trying to enforce. Have your games scheduled within the first 24 hours with a set time or a set of a range time. And if you guys do not meet those times, or if you don't have a set time arranged before that 24 hours and every game has been played and we're still waiting on you, we will sim it or give a force accordingly. So remember, within the first 24 hours of advance, you guys know what day it is. It's always in announcements. Have your alerts on. We're going to enforce this new scheduling rule. It's going to help pick up the league, go a little bit faster. You guys know about the new playoff time. We're doing 36 hours, so that way, if you can't do it within the first 24, you have the morning and the afternoon of. So
At least to get something scheduled.
Yeah. So don't be like, oh my God, like I didn't know about this. I'm talking about it now. This show is recorded. I have posted it in Discord multiple times. So, with that being said, what other suggestions do you guys have? Like, chat, like, do you guys want to see anything different? Like, what do you guys want to see with the show? We're looking to bring on our first special guest. That will be determined by the admins, and of course, we'll reach out to you in DM, see if you want to, see how that goes, test around with it. But I enjoy doing this. I miss having O Money here. I wish Kari had a better mic, but it's always great here being with Jay, chopping shit up, talking about the league. But I enjoy this shit, dude. I don't put wasted energy into this. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening. And I will definitely say, our first guest might be Mr. David, because I'm glazing like a motherfucker. Number one in my heart, number one in the league. I'm saying, just saying, full eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and tell you motherfuckers, if you guys just give me one motherfucking second.
Hey, yo.
Second. That we are signing off, motherfuckers. It is nice knowing you. This is the Boomcast. I am the commish.
I'm the San Antonio Orbits.
And motherfuckers, we out.